Reserve America. That's got to be the news of this cycle. Strategic Bitcoin Reserve in America. Oh my God. Anyone who's been in this space for a while, so I got serious about Bitcoin 2020, and all the rumors and all the chat then was, is America going to ban Bitcoin? I was like, this Bitcoin thing, it seems absolutely amazing and it will succeed, but if America ban it, it's going to make a balls of it for a while, and set the investment back 10 years or so. Now it's obvious they're not going to ban it. They're doing the absolute obvious. They're doing what everybody eventually does. They're capitulating and they're buying Bitcoin, and they're not selling Bitcoin. So the strategic Bitcoin reserve, and this is huge, and don't be short-minded thinking and say, Dinny, the news came out and the price of Bitcoin went down. That's exactly what Bitcoin does. You have to understand that in the world of global liquidity, global assets even, Bitcoin's quite small, so it's very volatile. But the volatility is our friend. The volatility is what allows us to retire early. This is my second video today. The early one didn't save, so I have to do it again. This is how much I love you guys. I said I'd the video out, so I will. Could be doing a third one if this doesn't save. The strategic Bitcoin reserve has been launched and the price goes down. Bitcoin is such a small asset to be short-term professionals, okay, sharks, whales, who are going to trade this news, trade the rumors, sell the news, all right? But that's a story as old as time. The fundamentals is what I've always invested in Bitcoin, and the fundamentals just got 100x stronger. Meaning, if you have money to deploy, it's 100 times less risky now to buy Bitcoin, because you're doing the same thing that the world's superpower are doing. They're buying Bitcoin. They're not actually buying it right now at the minute, but the first step is they've decided they're no longer selling Bitcoin. The way this thing has been set up, their Bitcoin cannot be sold, okay? And then they're going to have strategic implementations on how they can acquire more Bitcoin without its cost to the taxpayer. And again, this is step one. I know if you're a Bitcoiner and you've been saving a Bitcoin for the last 6 months, you just want Bitcoin to go to 10 million overnight, but it won't do that. It never does that. Same way it didn't go to 100 grand overnight. It took 4 years. All right, same way it didn't go to 10 grand. It took years. Same way it didn't go to a grand. It took years. It takes time, okay? And sometimes people come to crypto for the fast money, and they end up in crypto, and they end up wrecked with less money. But people who have studied Bitcoin, read a few Bitcoin books, took Bitcoin courses, come into communities like ours, they understand the philosophy of Bitcoin, the ethos of it, how it works, the proof of work concept. They also start to understand wealth creation. So therefore, they're benchmarking Bitcoin. Let's say in Retire Early Club, when I get more professional investors, guys who invest into property for the last 25 years or stocks for the last 30 years, really experienced, savvy investors, they think the returns they're getting in Bitcoin is crazy, off the charts, okay? Whereas your average crypto person comes in, they're like, well, Bitcoin's only doing 50% a year. Like, what good is that? I want to get rich quick. Like, yeah, 50% a year is turning 5 grand into 7 figures in a really short amount of time, if you can actually wait that short amount of time. But it is a period of years and not weeks or months. So don't worry about the current price action, all right? The fundamentals just got 100 times stronger, and guess what? Price follows fundamentals. So what you have to do is you have to transition how you think about Bitcoin. When Bitcoin goes down, you should be happy, because the chances are, if you're watching my channel, probably are trying to learn about Bitcoin, so you don't own enough of it. You need to learn more and more. So when Bitcoin goes down, you get to buy it for cheaper, and when Bitcoin goes up, your net worth increases, so you get closer to early retirement. So you're happy either way, and you take advantage of the crashes of Bitcoin under 90 grand. Short-term Bitcoin is volatile, and the journey of Bitcoin is to learn about it, so that you understand that the volatility is the reason you can retire early. This is the most positive thing. I can't believe it. It's absolutely unbelievable that it's happened. I knew this day would come, but I just didn't think it would be in 2025. I thought it was 2035 America will start keeping Bitcoin. We're so ahead of the curve. So yeah, I think the next 10 years are going to be face melting. And all the naysayers, like you can no longer listen to them. When the world superpower is accumulating Bitcoin, the world superpower has figured it out. So yeah, what this does is it kicks off game theory. Every country on the planet. Imagine how silly Germany feel now when they sold 50,000 Bitcoin. Would have making them one of the largest country holders of it. I bet they feel silly. So now Europe, all these countries have to start having meetings going, this Bitcoin thing, we dismissed it. We asked the bankers about it and they said it was a Ponzi scheme, so we trusted them. Not realizing that they might have been incentivized to tell you that, but the politicians were like, we trusted them, but now America's accumulating it. Like, what's the crack? Well, the crack is everyone's going to have to accumulate Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is the best form of money. It's the only form of money you can't print, and that's why its value over time goes up a lot. And the value of everything else you keep your money in goes down. It either gets taxed out of your hands or it gets debased out of your hands. Debased meaning they create more, they build more, they print more. And now the world is on notice. Some of you guys have been accumulating Bitcoin for weeks, months and years. Congratulations. One by one. Everyone gets Bitcoin at the price they deserve. Okay? Some people don't deserve to buy it at 85 grand. They want to speculate on other things to try and get more Bitcoin. They're using the greed mindset and they don't understand risk management. And in hindsight, they'll end up with less Bitcoin, is my opinion, because I've just seen it happen. And from speaking to people even before I was involved in the space, it's just what happens. Everyone thinks they can outperform Bitcoin and get more Bitcoin, and they just end up going, man, if I had just put my money Bitcoin back then when I figured it out, I'd be a hell of a lot closer to early retirement. But this is the journey. Everyone has to make mistakes, and this is the value of communities, because you don't have to make the mistake. You can learn from everyone else's mistakes. So in America, at a state level, they're bringing in Bitcoin plans. So it's not just at the federal level, at state level as well. It's unbelievable. I can't believe we've got here so quickly. So it's almost like, stop doing the channel, Dinny. Just chill out. You've been giving people info for 5 years now. But I know there's loads of people out there who have believed the FUD and believed the nonsense and are getting it wrong, and think Bitcoin is volatile and think they need to save in it. All you need to do is accumulate it. It's a global race to accumulate scarce digital property. And everyone has the option. It's inclusive of everyone can accumulate this thing. It's not like physical property where you have to be rich already. But game theory is kicking off, and it's going to be beautiful. I'm going to sit back and enjoy watching it happen, and watching nation states now start to FOMO and make all the mistakes. Buying high, selling low. Hopefully they get good advice. But yeah, if you can detach yourself from the price and realize, if it's your first 4 years in Bitcoin, I believe you should spend your first 4 years in Bitcoin is just aggressive accumulation. Whatever that means to you as an individual. Create your financial plan, your statement, so you can figure it out and risk manage your position size. But anyone's first 4 years in Bitcoin is aggressive accumulation, because you'll never get a chance to own as much Bitcoin as you will get in your first 4 years of of falling upon the asset. And that's the same for everybody, myself included. When I finished my 4-year apprenticeship, never get to see Bitcoin those prices again. Never. And what's my regret? I didn't buy more. That's always the way. But anyway, it's a fantastic sunny day here in Ireland. I'm on day 1 of a 5-day fast. So I'm gonna hop off. I want to keep the video under 10 minutes. We're 9:05. Happy days. Any questions, stick it in. I'll be updating you as we go about this news, but safe to say, the risk on Bitcoin just dropped 100 times. The chance Bitcoin's going to be the highest performing asset on the planet for the next 15 years, as it was for the last 15 years, looks pretty obvious that's going to be the case. So sit back, relax and chill. Life's easy on Bitcoin. Bitcoin gives you your time back. Have a super day, guys. Enjoy the sun. Dinny out.